In this video, we're going over how to use the Pythagorean Theorem to find missing side lengths of right triangles. So to start, let's talk about the different parts of a right triangle. So the legs are the two shorter sides. So you can see here that we have legs A and B. And the way to identify which ones are the legs are they're the ones that connect, and at the corner they make the right angle right here. Remember that little box means a right angle or 90 degrees. And the hypotenuse I know because it is right across from the right angle. So I can see here that the hypotenuse always is right across from the right angle, and it's always the longest side as well. All right, so the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And like we've learned, that means that the area of the two legs is going to add up to the area of the hypotenuse over here. All right, so let's start with A. So they gave us the two legs, so we have 8 inches and 6 inches. So I'm going to draw a square off of each side. And because we know it's a square, we know that this side is 8 inches, and this side's going to be 6 inches. So what I want to do is find the area of the 3 squares that form this triangle in the middle. So for this square right here, I know the area is going to be 8 times 8, which is 64 inches squared. And then for this square over here, it's going to be 6 times 6, which is 36 inches squared. And so what the Pythagorean theorem says is that the area of these two legs, the area of the two legs is going to give me the area of the hypotenuse over here. Okay, so I have 64 and 36, so let me add those up. And that's going to give me 100. So I know that the area of the hypotenuse is going to be 100 inches squared. And so now our job is to figure out what is the missing length right here. That's what we're trying to solve for. So we know that the area is 100, so our job is to figure out, okay, well, we know it's a square, so we're trying to figure out something times something equals 100, but it has to be the same number because, again, it's a square. And so we can see that 10 times 10 is 100. But another way to do this, if it's kind of a tougher number, is we can just take the square root of 100, because the square root means the exact same thing. It's saying something times something is this number, but it has to be the same number. So if I take the square root of 100, I get 10. So know that x is equal to 10 inches, and that's our answer. So you're finding the area of the missing side, and then you would take the square root to find the side length. All right, let's do the same thing with B. So this time they've given us a leg, and then over here this is the hypotenuse. So we're solving for the leg over here. So this one we're going to do a little bit differently because they didn't give us the two legs. So let me draw my squares to start. Okay, so just like last time, let me find the area of the squares that I know. So I know that for the leg over here, the area is 25 feet squared, because 5 times 5 is 25. For the hypotenuse over here, we're doing 13 times 13, which is 169 feet squared. So remember, it's the area of the two legs that adds up to the hypotenuse. So here we're talking about we need to add up the area of this leg and the area of this leg together. So I know that 25 plus something is going to give me the area of the hypotenuse, which is 169. And so if I subtract 169 and 25, I'd get 144. So now I know that the area of this square is 144 feet squared. So just like on the first problem, if I want to go backwards and figure out what's the side length right here, I'm trying to figure out something times something gives us 144, which is the same thing as asking for the square root. So the square root of 144 would be 12. So I know that my side length right here is 4 feet. So if you are getting confused on these, I really suggest that you draw the squares off of each side, because I think it helps you visualize that you have to add up the two smaller squares and then to get the area of the hypotenuse, and then from there you can find the square roots to go backwards and find the side length right here.